Welcome to the 2013 AT Overland teardrop trailer and the garage that it's lived in for most of its life, these past 13 years or so. We connect with the max coupler. This provides complete articulation. This is a 2-inch hitch that clips into the back of your car. Then there's this control cable. This is a 6 or 7 pin, I guess. It's a standard. It works great with just the standard hitch and electrical tow package that was installed in my 1997 Jeep Wrangler way back when. It does include a brake control. This trailer has electric brakes and they work very well. When I have the trailer connected to my Jeep, I'm able to stop the entire rig with just the brakes on the trailer. Never have had to do that for real, but just as a fun thing to do, it works. You'll see there's this 2-inch hitch receiver on the frame. And so it will come with this connector and the hitch. Then we have the Bulldog jack. This is a manual jack. It lifts up and down. I can give you 2 wheels with it. I believe this is the one that came originally with it. And I also have a pneumatic tire. Personally, for some off-road situations, I found this jack to be a little bit too tall. Sometimes I've had to dig holes out in the field to make it work exactly right. Up front, these are the place where you put air in the air shocks. It's really helpful if you have an air compressor. I have an air compressor that I added to my Wrangler, but any air compressor will do. This is where you can put air into the air shocks and allow the trailer to raise up and down. I'll show you more about the suspension later. There's also, up here in front of the toe box, there's this control system. This is the situation if the trailer breaks away from your tow vehicle, it will automatically brake. This cable is part of that system. And the breakaway is right down here, and it works great. Boom. So when this key breaks off, this thing knows to stop itself if it gets lost from the tow vehicle. Pop that back in. Also up here in front of the toe, there's a switch. This turns on lights that are exterior LED lights. There's several of those around the trailer. As we go inside this toe box, this is a nice feature. It has a couple of birch shelves that sit here, so it can make this a 2-story storage space. Down here in the lower storage space, I've got a variety of things that I've used through the years, accessories, tent pegs are in there. But the big thing down here is the battery. This battery was purchased at the end of July 2025, so it's almost brand new. This is a marine deep cycle battery, one of the nicest batteries that you can purchase. It's about a $400 retail item. Then there's also these brains. There's this 20 amp PWM digital solar controller, which has got buttons here. We'll show you what's going on with the battery. And this is a unit that makes sure the battery doesn't get flooded. There's a way to plug in here to shore power. There's two 12 volts. And then when you're out in the field, you can use solar panels to charge your battery. That's the input for that. This unit comes with, the trailer comes with this power film powered solar charger. I believe this thing does a drip charge at 60. Yeah, it says 60 watts right on there. This is a blanket, it unfolds. You can tack it down in the field and the cables interface. Next, we come to one of my absolute favorite features of this trailer. You have 4 locking compartments here. I am not selling the water or fuel cans that are here, but I might be willing to part with them for a price. I have some extra, more than I actually need. But what's fantastic about these, it gives you a wonderful place to carry up to 20 gallons of water or gas, or any combination of water and gas. You see here I've got 10 gallons water and 5 gallons gas, and each one locks in. It is so handy. You can get a sense of the frame. This is an extremely beefy frame. It's like rectangular steel. An item that I added after this was built, this is a rock guard that was done by a company that does bed liners for pickup trucks in Lodi, California. This was done about 12 years ago. It's worked really well. As we look up, we can see the Fiamma awning. This is, I believe, 7 foot square, maybe a little bit bigger. It's a 90-degree awning. Simple, but effective. It's got this interface here. This is one of the places where the back wall of the annex room clicks in. The awning has aluminum legs and aluminum poles that hold it quite stout. I had this trailer out at Burning Man in August 2025, and it did very well in the wind and rain. It held up, kept us pretty darn safe. The annex room is not watertight, but it gives you a lot of water protection and a tremendous amount of wind protection. This gives you an idea. These are the very stout poles. They're about 1.5 inches aluminum. They're adjustable. This is part of the canvas annex room. And as we go inside, we see the wonderful birch. It's all very nice, very clean. My wife designed and made these custom window covers. By today's standards, these windows are really, really simple, but for 2013, they're really nice, but they didn't come with window covers. So we have these, and they have these toggles where you can roll up and hold the window covers up. As we go inside, we have the promised underbed storage area. This is usually where I store the canvas annex room, which folds up and fits in there nicely. The mattress has one crease that goes across. There's room here, very comfortable for 2 adults and probably a small child as well. But definitely for an adult couple, very roomy. I've used this also with male friends. It's plenty roomy for 2 men. If, you know, as long as you're under 6'6" or so, at a certain point, it would get tight. We've added some hooks, 3M hooks, cup holder, shelves. The center drawer is lockable. These side do not lock. There's more 12 volt in here. There's switches for various lights that are in here. There's some red lighting. Red light inside. Here's white light inside. It's all LED, very low draw. Up on top, there's the Fantastic. So that's a 3-speed. It can draw air in or push air out. One of the things we don't love about this trailer, the walls are pretty thin. It has an R value of certainly no more than 2, and maybe less than that. But one of the things we do love is just how robust this thing is. You can get a sense of the kind of work that's been done here. These fenders are ridiculously robust. I weigh 210 pounds. I've climbed up on top of these fenders many times. They're designed as a step to get up to the roof if you need to get up there. There is a roof rack. The only thing we've used it for is for attaching the awning so far. As we move a little bit further back here on the passenger side, water input. You've got a 19-gallon water underneath. This is a hose that can come out. It does show that you can do hot and cold, but there is no water heater on this unit, so this hot and cold basically has no meaning. It's just sort of off and on. This is the input to the water tank. Again, very marine oriented, works really well. This is for the pressure release for the water tank. And moving back, we do get into the galley area. Even in its lowest mode, the galley runs a little bit high. I'm 6 foot tall. Getting into the fridge freezer is very easy for me. I have done some travel with friends who are in the lower 5 foot range, and they definitely can get in and out of the fridge, but it's not as easy as it could be. Likewise, I love the Cook Partner steel stove that's here, but it rides just a tiny bit high, particularly my wife and women friends. For me, to give you a sense, it's not too bad at 6 foot tall. It feels a few inches high, but not bad. Of course, we have accessories for the, let me show you that. Yeah, here's the hose, and then we've got the propane which goes to this outboard propane. We've never run out. I think this is a 5-pound propane. It holds a bunch. We've gone on multiple trips before we run out. I think I filled it only twice in all the years. Formica countertops, the wonderful pass-through back into the cabin. And then a shelf up here, a light up here, LED. I do believe I've replaced these struts once in the years we've had this. I think these struts are about 7 years old, something like that. And coming around, here we are on the driver's side, very similar to the passenger side. The door to the galley and the doors to the cabin are both lockable. They don't use matching keys. It's a bit of a hassle, but they both lock. Then they have a wind thing here. It holds the door in place during high wind. We found that it works really well. And one more look into this beautiful cabin. The birch wood, it's just really light color, very nice. We have enjoyed the fact, the round shape. So when you're sitting at night, you want to read, very comfortable, very, very comfortable space. We are looking at another teardrop. The two main things that are attracting us to other teardrops is going to be just running a little bit lower and a little bit fancier kitchen and a little more R value on the walls. Those are really the only things that we have found wanting in this this trailer. I think this is a magnificent trailer, and there's certain things about it that I absolutely love. The biggest being just how robust it is, how capable it is. I always joke that it's more capable than the Wrangler. This does have more clearance. And speaking of that, let's see if I can show you underneath so you get a sense. When AT Overland designed this rig, they put a lot of attention into the way that this whole arm system works. It's sort of a combination of a truss and I don't know, some sort of drag arm. I'm not really an engineer, but it does work really well. And it's very easy. Right now it's in its lowest position. It's very easy to get air in there to raise it. And I did put new tires on this trailer also approximately July 2025. These are Firestone. And this trailer was set up in a way that I could use one spare tire from my Wrangler and use it for both the tow vehicle and for the teardrop. This teardrop does not come with its own spare tire. So that could be looked at as one minor low point. If you were going to add a spare tire, though, I think there's lots of room available on top of the fenders. It could certainly support that much weight easily, and I'm sure someone could do that. So that's it, and look forward to any questions. Thank you for your interest.